Um, just as a reminder to everyone, please remember that Temba's press conference is embargoed for tomorrow at 7 a.m. South African time. You can go ahead, Telford, and then we'll move on to Isam and then Ken.
How's it, Temba? Bad luck with this result. You've got some big opponents coming up in terms of World Cup Super League points. India, England, Australia, and maybe only 2 easy games against the Netherlands. How worried are you that your path to the next World Cup is very complicated now?
Yeah, the worry for me is not so much the points. The points are obviously important. We need the points to qualify for the World Cup. But I think, us really getting to understand our way of playing, I think that's the more important thing. Inconsistency in terms of our performances as a unit, that's also a worrying factor. It wasn't so long ago that we were victorious against India and the way we played. And then in this series, we were, I would say, completely outplayed in all 3 disciplines. So, yeah, that's where my worry is. But it's obviously also a big thing that we need the points.
Sam?
Yeah, Temba, please just remember that I'm asking you this from Bangladesh. Just wondering, do you have a say in matters such as venue? Because when teams like Bangladesh, they play at home, they tend to play a lot of matches in venues that support their strength. Was there a case of that for South Africa in this series or any particular series?
Well, me personally, I don't have a say when it comes to the venue. I don't think the coach does. I think that's a decision that's made by powers higher up than us. So, no, I don't have a say. The team doesn't have a say.
Thank you.
Hi, Temba. You mentioned the inconsistency. Why do you think a team that beat India 3-0 not that long ago can then play like they have done in this series? Can you put a finger on any reasons for that?
I think that's the question that I'm still asking myself. I think, the opponents we came across, I know it's Bangladesh and they come with the tag of not being one of the bigger teams, but I think, the skill, the execution that they showed out there in the field, was at a level that was quite high. They put us under pressure with the ball. You saw it today, they put us under pressure with the bat, and they showed us from a basic point of view how to execute game plans, how to execute your game really in these conditions. So I know, Bangladesh is not regarded as one of the top nations, but the way they played, the way they displayed their skill out there, it was of a high level.
Dennis?
Hi, Temba. Before the series and during after the first test against New Zealand and now again, we've heard a lot of the word intent. I was just wondering, what are the things that happen internally and externally that have an impact on intent? What can make that a team's intent is not there?
Okay, sorry, I didn't hear the question properly, but I think you're asking regarding intent. I think with the intent, that's obviously a big word, intent, intensity. I think it's more clarity regarding what you're trying to do and backing that 100%. I think that the intent was lacking from that point of view in terms of our plans and not backing them, and obviously not executing them as well. If I look at, our dismissals today, there were a lot of soft dismissals, too many from our top order. A situation like that, it's always going to make it hard for any batting unit to put a competitive type of score. So when we speak about intent, we're speaking about our plans and backing them 100%.
And then we'll close with Kanyiso in Isikosa.
Hi, Temba, bad luck. Temba, Bart was talking a bit earlier about maybe a bit of a fear of failure, or it almost sounds like maybe some kind of lack of belief. Is that something you're experiencing? Is there some kind of morale dip, or, obviously everybody's just trying to fathom how something like this could happen. I'm just wondering what you think.
I think from a confidence point of view, again, unfortunately, I gotta give reference to the Indian series. Coming out of that series, there was a lot of confidence, there was a lot of belief amongst the guys, individually and as a team. I think maybe it could have been a case of us not paying respect to the processes that we put in place that allowed for those positive results to come about, and kind of expecting things to go our way. I think that's something that's on the top of my head now. But it's a question that I'm still going to have to ask myself. And it's a question that's still going to become relevant, I think, going out throughout the series. But I think individually, guys can be able to answer that. If their confidence was down, if they were not backing themselves. I had full backing in the guys who were in the starting 11. But yeah, that's what I can say now that's on the top of my head.
Kanyiso.
Mandibulele Spokas bhayi mandibulise mani ncee ngesiphumisa namhlanje bhayi nithini le meko yenu njengokwazi uqokelela namanqaku kwi-ODI Super League nephumelele xa ndidlala amanye amaqela xa udlalo lingeyongxenye ye-ODI League kodwa kwimidlalo ODI League niyabethakala nithini le meko kuba imidlalo iyancipha ngoku njengoba indebe yehlabathi isondele?
Ubhutkanyisi kuzoqalisa uba nzima. Sikwisimo yokubana yonke imidlalo esiyidlalayo ngoku ibaluleke kakhulu ukuba sikwazi uqokelela amanqaku ukubana masikhwalifaye kwi-World Cup. Masincedanga kule series ke siwine igame eyi-1. Kodwa ke yinto ke ofuneke siyijonge siyihoye kakhulu. And I mean iiteam esizodlala nazo ziiteam ezinkulu, iiteam ezifana ne-England ne-India. So kuthande ukuba nzima.
Thanks very much, everyone, for joining us. And a reminder, please, that Temba's press conference is embargoed for tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock South African time. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Thanks, Temba.